Alright, this is the third time I'm recording this because of Activision's shitty servers. Hello everyone, this is Pieman. I'm going to be running the Reckoning Easter egg. I'm not going to be segmenting it or editing it like the other YouTubers have, which is why it'd probably be much easier to watch one of their guides, and that's fine. Their guides are very, very well put together. I'm just going to be running this without the use of editing, so I could show you the flow of how I get into the map, do all the steps, and make it to the boss fight. This is the loadout I run with the Maelstrom. I would highly recommend it for this Easter egg. It's pretty good. These are my Gobblegum setups. Again, highly recommended, but you can fuck with them however you like, depending on whatever suits your playstyle. Now, hopefully I don't lag out this time, because I got about halfway through the Easter egg last time recording this shit, and the game just went fucking crazy. I rubber banded for no reason, and I went down, and it was embarrassing. And also very infuriating, because I lost a few Gobblegums that were very useful. Thank you so much for your shitty servers, Activision. Anyway, this isn't a rant video, or at least I'm not intending to make it a rant video. It's just how it is. First thing you're going to want to do is push this mop bucket into its position under that sprinkler, and then run through the metal detector. Doing so will trigger the sprinkler to activate, and it will fill up the mop bucket. You don't want to do that first and foremost, because the mop buckets are very good. I forgot to swap out hidden power. I wasted one of my hidden powers in the last recording because of my lag spike. So I'm not really in the mood to waste another one. So I'm not even going to use it. I did not mean to grab that nuke. Shit. Oh, that was terrible. Alright. It's fine. We're going to keep the Rampage Inducer active until round 5. That's about when I would say it is no longer necessary. It's just to get the first few slow rounds out of the way so that we can get through the rest of the Easter egg without too much difficulty. Or without too much slowness going on. So I'm going to wait for everything to spawn in. And then I'm going to deactivate this so they stop sprinting. Ooh, double points. That'll make up for the nuke I got earlier, I hope. The Activision servers cooperate with me this time. And we'll have ourselves a decent game. So, if you do everything the way I'm doing it, you should have about 7,000 or 8,000 points by round 5. And that's good, because the next step you're going to want to do is go up to Mutant Research. And you don't necessarily have to buy the PP Bison, but I would recommend it, because for the next step, you're going to need a weapon that has more precision than the Maelstrom. You want to come over here next to this tank, grab the syringe out of that thing. And then by around this time, maybe round 5 or 6, you're going to get a Commando Klaus round. Now during this round, you're going to want to use that precision weapon I was talking about to shoot their arms. Should drop a Klaus arm. You're only going to get 1 per special round, but it is very important you get at least 1 per special round. Next, you're going to want to come here to Android Assembly. I'll upgrade my Maelstrom here. That works for me. And I'm going to show you a few spawns for the robot legs you're going to want to grab. So that's one of the spawns there, right around that corner. Back where we came in, there's a pit over here and a mirror against this wall. There will usually be a spawn here as well. Another spawn is right here, next to these boxes, which is where my last leg was. And then the last spawn that I know of is right over here, behind this door. There will be a spawn there as well. As far as I'm aware, those are all of the spawns, but once you have at least 2 of those robot legs, you should be good to go with the next step. we won't be doing again until round 16, but it is important you get that stuff out of the way while you're making your way to Pack-a-Punch, because it will save you a lot of time in the long run. So making it up this way through the elevator shaft. There's stamina up there. If you have any extra points, you can grab that. It'll make traversing the map a little quicker. Same with PhD back in Mutant Research. Alternatively, with that PP Bison you bought off the wall, you can also come over here, shoot at that bunny in the pit. It's right down the pit next to the Juggernog machine, for anyone curious about that. But once you shoot that bunny, Mr. Peaks, it'll come up onto this ledge. You can interact with him, and he will activate a little trial where you have to pass through some rings with your parachute. Not only will this give you a bunch of points, it'll also guarantee you a free perk, provided you can pass through every ring that he creates. If you miss a single ring, you will not get the perk, but you will still at least get the points. You can probably do this a little quicker too if you cut your parachute, but this is the safe way to do it that I found, so I'm not going to risk it. In my last recording, I actually got PhD from doing this, so maybe I can get lucky again and grab another PhD. That would be nice. PhD helps tremendously traversing this map because it's just a bunch of elevators and shit. Speaking of which, not a very well-designed map in my opinion. It might be one of the weaker maps in this game, but the Easter egg is still pretty decent. Quick Revive, that is not a bad one. Yeah, I would have preferred PhD, but to be honest, Quick Revive is a decent second to get out of the way in the early game. I would personally prefer to save Quick Revive towards the end so that you don't lose your dying wishes if you have that augment equipped. Because keeping as many of those as possible is pretty essential for the rest of the Easter egg. That being said, it's not the end of the world if you want to grab it early, because it does help with health regen as well and all that. I'm also going to grab Jug this time. Last time I skipped over Jug to open this door. I'm actually going to grab it this time just so I have the survivability. I am running the probiotic augment instead of the reactive armor augment. The reactive armor could save you a lot more health in the long run with the Widow's Wine effect, but that is only useful so long as you keep getting armor drops, and I find in the boss fight there aren't a whole lot of armor drops to go around. Not to mention the fact that bosses themselves are completely unaffected by the reactive armor augment, so it's just completely useless. You're better off running probiotic for that extra health, that extra 2 hits that you can take before going down. But again, it's totally up to you. That's just what I run. Alright, we are almost saved up here. We're gonna probably have to burn through a few rounds here to get prepared for the next step of the Easter egg. That is okay. While this insta-kill is active, I'm going to knife as many zombies as I can, save ammo, and make decent money in the process. Boop! 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 Thought that zombie dropped another salvage. Oh well. Guess not. Give me that armor plate. Alright, so that little mini Easter egg out of the way, you're going to come in here into this office. There is a self-revive Easter egg you can do here if you shoot these pool cues. 1, 1, 5. It will spawn a self-revive on this table. I'm pretty sure this is going to despawn for me because I already have a self. But if you need a self, if you're playing with a squad, you want to get yourself a free self-revive, that's how you can do that too. So now you're going to go through that portal in the director's office. And you're going to come up here to activate the particle accelerator. Another reason to buy this precision weapon. Oh, fuck me! I thought it was a max armor. The angle I was looking at it made it look like a max armor. Fuck's sake, man. Alright. Another reason to grab this precision weapon, PP Bison. These crystals are a bit of a pain in the ass to shoot with the Maelstrom just because of the shotgun spread. A precision weapon like the Bison will be a little bit easier to take care of objectives like this. Shooting the specific spots. Alright. As soon as my aim gets better. So this will activate the power and the Pack-a-Punch. The next step you're going to want to do from here, you're going to want to save up for at least one Pack-a-Punch level. You don't really need it, but it is highly recommended to have just because it's going to make your life a lot easier with the next Easter egg step. Now while you're doing that, jump into this part of the teleporter, navigate into that zombie body floating in the air. Interact with the body to grab the blood sample with the syringe you got earlier. That is going to be part of the next step we're going to be doing, but first, I would like to Pack-a-Punch. At least once. Yeah, shut up, Richtofen. No one cares about your... I mean, in the first Nazi zombie game, Richtofen was literally a Nazi. An irredeemable fucking Nazi scientist fucking monster. And now in this game, he has a wife and kid, and we have to find a way to bring them back to life. Like, man, don't tell me this fucking story is good. It's absolute shit. Seriously. I'm supposed to have sympathy for a Nazi now because he's changed his ways and he has a family and they died because of Weaver or some shit. I honestly don't care. I really don't. I am doing this for the YouTubes, not for the story. So once you have those points, grab your Pack-a-Punch level. This room does get anti-gravity. You're going to want to go back through the portal that says Director's Office. And then before you go anywhere, assuming you have the salvage saved up, or you didn't have a hidden power, you're going to come over here to this weapon station, get blue rarity on your gun. You want to come through here, and jump down the hole. And you're going to want to, and now we're back here in Mutant Research. Now you're going to want to go back to that tank in the beginning that you got the syringe from. And want to put the syringe back in. This is going to activate a little mini boss fight, where you are going to need to kill, and thus advance the next step of the Easter egg. Now our Maelstrom is literally a god weapon. It's not even that well upgraded yet, and it's already just shredding shit. So that's nice. This was around the point where I lagged in my last video. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. I would like the servers to cooperate with me. I am not wasting any more Gobblegums, despite the fact that I don't really need them anymore. Considering I've done all of the Easter eggs in this game now. I have literally no purpose to hold on to my gobbles, but I will anyway, because I have OCD. Now once you shred the Mangler, like I just did, you're going to want to pick up that Mangler injector, or the mutant injection. Fowler mutant injection is what it'll say. And after that, a disciple's going to spawn over here. You're going to want to leave this disciple alive, and then you're going to want to come over here to one of these static screens next to Deadshot, and wait for the word to pop up. Scorn. So the capital letter in that word was S. You're going to want to make note of that. You want to come over here to this other one, which is G. So you have S and G. Now, if you are playing solo, you can pause the game, pressing start, and you can still see the periodic table there while your game is paused, so you won't have zombies hitting you. So just look around until you see SG, which I see right there. It has an atomic number of 106. That is going to be the code to this door up here. Excuse me. Now, once you have this room open, you're going to want the disciple. You don't want the disciple to get too close, but you're going to want the disciple to spawn in vermin And you're going to want to lure it to this machine here with the yellow thing inside it. Oh, that was also our geneticist. We killed him and got the key card. That's another step you need to worry about. You're going to want to kill vermin near this machine, and it will act as a soul box and suck the vermin inside. Now, if you kill the zombies that have the blue glowy eyes, it should just spawn vermin right out of their bodies. You can shoot those vermin, and they'll go right into the machine. You only need 3 vermin. Come on. I got that last vermin. Alright. Now you don't need the disciple. Once you get the last vermin, the disciple is no longer necessary. You can still use the disciple to get the zombie kills, because you're also going to need 3 zombies for this machine as well. But in all seriousness, you won't really need the disciple for the zombies, because they're just going to spawn naturally anyway. So just see if I can get a second zombie here. They will have to be relatively close to the machine, or they won't go inside it. So that is a little annoying. Speed Cola would help out quite a bit here too. Reloading the gun and everything. Alright. Now once you have all the zombie kills you need, which I believe I got, you should be able to interact with this and pull the cyst outside of it, like I just did. Now once you get that cyst, you're going to want to come back down here, where there's a hole in the ground. You're going to want to fall through it. Now while you are in this room, I suggest you grab Melee Macchiato while you're here, because you will need that for another step. Now the next step, you're going to want to find one of these fungal pods growing out of the ground. And you're just going to run around until the cyst in your hand activates. You should be able to shoot zombies while you're holding it. But you're just going to want to sit here, avoiding the toxic pools that get shot at you, and wait for the health on the flora to get depleted. You're going to have to do that 3 times with other flora around the room. Now, if we're lucky here, we might be able to get enough points to buy Speed Cola in addition to our other perks. We're going to need 4,000, I think. I guess we were not lucky that time. That's okay. Excellent. Alright. Now, once you've completed 3 of those, you're going to want to make your way through Android assembly, back up this elevator into entity containment. While you are up here, you're going to see computers that say initiate power surge. You're going to have to activate 4 computers that look like this in a short span of time, which I will show off here in just a minute. But I'm going to try to get a little bit more points so I can use what ammo I have left, I guess, to get some kills before I buy more, because I'm going to need full ammo for this next step. Oh, or we can just get a max ammo, save the trouble. Alright, so there should be one here. You can run with your knife out, make it a little faster. There's another one here. Should be another one here. And another one here. So this is going to spawn an Uberklaus. Now before you do anything with this Uberklaus, what you want to do is bring him down here. A lot of people don't know about this little exploit yet. Mr. Raffle Waffles talked about it, so he knows what's up. But a lot of other people don't. What you can actually do is take this Uberklaus to this robot and have it shoot its electricity at him. You'll know it works because he'll start talking to you. That saves us some time on the next step of the Easter egg. But for now, once you have that activated, you can bring the Uberklaus back up here. some zombies out of the way. What you want to do is shoot the shoulders off of the Uberklaus without killing him. If you kill the Uberklaus, you will have to redo this step. And I think I might by accident because my shots are not hitting the right spot. Okay, that time it hit the right spot. Oh shit, okay. He's gonna shoot electric shit at you too, which has really good tracking, so just keep an eye out for that. If you get too low on health, don't be afraid to run away. There's no shame in running. It is better to stay up than to save a little time on one step of an Easter egg. Because losing your quick revive or your dying wishes is very bad. Alright, he's very low on health. I don't really want to risk this, so I'm going to use my PP Bison to try and crack this last shoulder plate. We want to shoot both of his shoulders off. That is the next step. Oh, Jesus. Alright, both of his shoulders are off. Once that happens, you want to lure him onto this electric panel. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Once you do that, it's going to activate a boss fight. I do have my Ether Shroud. I might have to use it here, but that is okay. Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna open by using that shit? I'm gonna try to hit him with a... Okay. Never mind. I was gonna try to stick him with a Semtex, but he just completely fucking clowned on me. As long as you're using the Maelstrom, you should have no trouble shredding through his health, because, like I said, the Maelstrom for this Easter egg is a god weapon. I mean, look, he's already practically halfway dead, and I've barely done anything. During this little boss fight, he will spawn not only zombies, but Commando Klauses to come attack you as well. When the Commando Klauses come in, just focus on running, getting some distance from them, because if they crowd around you, they can explode and deal stacking damage on you like that. That can kill you very, very quickly. As far as I'm aware, these Commando Klauses can't drop the Klaus arms either, so don't worry about that. Just focus on running if you have to and staying alive. Once you destroy the Forsaken, he's gonna go into phase 2, which is just him coming out of his little fucking robot mech suit. He should be weaker in this form, so just shred him with your Maelstrom. Now you can interact with the purple orb to insert the blood that you got and grab the Gorgofex Wonder Weapon, which is a terrible Wonder Weapon, by the way. Good for crowd control because it has like an anti-gravity effect, but aside from that, it is pretty ass. Now after you kill him, come up here, use the Fowler Mutant Injector you got earlier. Right after using it, interact with this keycard scanner. If you do it correctly, it should say ID confirmed, and it should open the door, which will open the teleporter room, which we'll need for another step. The Gorgofex, by the way, is required for this Easter egg. You might be able to get the Gorgofex out of the mystery box, so if you prefer not to do all of the steps that I just did, you might just be able to pull it out of the mystery box and skip that process entirely. Now in your second Commando Klaus round, aim for the arms. This should be the last round that you need. There we go, we got it. Oh, I should be using my Maelstrom. I don't know what I'm doing. Ow. Boop. Okay. Really quick, I'm gonna go... I need to go this way. think what I need, or am I just completely misremembering? Oh, yes, I remember. Vulturate is in this room. I didn't grab it earlier, but if you want, you should buy this as one of your first few perks. Getting salvage early on is going to be very crucial to upgrading your weapon and completing this Easter egg faster. Of course, if you have a hidden power gobblegum, you can skip that whole process entirely. I don't want to use my last one in case I start lagging again, because that will piss me off. But yeah. So, with that step complete and the Gorgafex Wonder Weapon acquired, the next thing you want to do, also once you have both your robot arms and robot legs, you want to come back down here to where the robot on the wall was. Right in this little room. And build him. Now he's already going to be activated because I had that Uber Klaus from the previous step fire an electric ball at him. So that part has already been pretty much completed for me. No added steps required. All good. So once you activate him, he's going to go to that computer in there, and all you really have to do at this point is wait until the round ends. So after the round ends, he will go to his next location, and you will be able to do the next step. I'm just going to grab that nuke, 3 points. You can also melee this, oh wow, ray gun. You can also melee that vending machine there, just like the one in Liberty Falls. If you have melee macchiato, it'll give you a ton of salvage. The ray gun is pretty rare. I'm surprised I got that, to be honest. Anyway, after the round is over, he will move. He's only going to move if you stay close to him, so be sure you're, like, following right behind him. He's going to come through this way. And then you're going to want to follow him down these stairs. And then the next step of this Easter egg, you are going to have to complete this SAM trial while he is standing next to it. And luckily we got an easy one, a kill in the location. Very easy. So, go ahead and complete the SAM trial. I did test this before, and you don't actually have to complete the SAM trial to the gold tier. You can get the minimum reward from this, and it will still count towards the Easter egg. It's just better that you go for gold because the rewards will be better anyway. What do you know? Casimir grenade. That is amazing. I'm holding on to that for sure. So, once that is done, the Klaus is going to move up to that teleporter room you opened with the mutant ejector earlier. And we can pack to level 2 as well. That is awesome. So, once he moves in here, the next thing you're going to have to do is enter a code on this computer. And in order to get the code, you're going to have to use this to get a semblance of things. So that is 3. Alright. So basically, each of those documents is going to have a number associated to the item, as well as a date on the bottom. And you're going to want to match up those numbers as they correspond to the dates, and you're going to want to arrange it in order from oldest to newest. And so I'll show you where all of the documents spawn. So I think one can spawn in here. One can also spawn on this table, which we got, so that's 6. 6 becomes before 3, because we know the other one was in August and that one was in June. So 6, 3 are the 2 numbers we have so far. Another one can spawn in this room on this table. It looks like we got one. 613. Alright. 613 is the code we have. Another one can spawn here. Another one can spawn on this desk. And another one can spawn on this computer. 6132. Alright, so that is our code. 6132. You can pause the video while I'm taking note of those documents to get an idea of what I'm talking about when I say arrange it from oldest to newest. It's a little complicated to explain in person. It would be easier if you're playing by yourself to take a picture with your phone or screenshots and just match them all up together. So we know the code has to be 6132. It should say access granted. Now once that happens... Why does it say rebooting facilities? Okay, that's weird. I haven't seen that prompt before. So once you've done that, the next step will be to grab a brain. And this is why I had you grab Melee Macchiato earlier. Because you will need Melee Macchiato for this step. Also, I'm going to upgrade my Maelstrom again because I absolutely have to do that. 100%. You're definitely going to need tier 3 armor too, and that's going to cost a pretty penny as well. Just don't worry about any of like the too many of the upgrades and stuff until like the very end of the Easter egg, because that's when you can just activate the boss fight and go right in. But until you get to that stage, you should hoard as many points as you can, so that way you can buy all of the rest of the upgrades that you need. So once you have entered the code on that computer and gotten the access granted message, you're going to want to drop back down here into Mutant Research with the Deadshot Daiquiri, and then you're going to want to drop down again into the room with the mushrooms. Now in this room, circle this big terminal in the center until you see a little box with green lights on it, like this one. You're going to want to Melee Macchiato that, and then grab the brain inside. Now once you grab this brain, you're going to want to follow the exact path I'm taking, because you're only going to have a limited time to take this brain back to the teleporter room. And this is the quickest route that I know of to get there. If you have PhD, you can make this a lot faster, but you shouldn't need it. Because the brain doesn't degrade fast enough that you need PhD. It does help, but it is not mandatory. So follow that path I took there. You can insert the brain in there. And once you have the brain in there, your next step is going to be come back out this way and back to the Pack-a-Punch room. And this is why you're going to need the Gorgafex Wonder Weapon. I probably should grab PhD, but I don't have any points. I don't know why I'm leaving the zombie alive, to be honest. I guess to make this step easier. Because having zombies running around during this step is a little annoying, but that's fine. So yeah, once you grab the brain and put it in that receptacle, you're going to come back into the Pack-a-Punch room, and right on this console where you activated the power, you're going to want to push this button. And it's going to spawn blue vermin. You can only shoot these with the Gorgafex Wonder Weapon. And you're going to want to kill 5 of them. So we got 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and the 5th one will spawn right on top of you. Or it should be like running towards you. Now once you've killed all 5 with the Gorgafex, wait for the particle accelerator to calm down. Might take a minute. Anytime now. Oh, cool. I completed it in bed. I didn't even know about that. Yeah, that took forever. Alright. So once that's done, you're going to interact with that blue orb. Not like that. I mean, interact with the blue orb while you're holding the Gorgafex, and it'll charge it up with blue electricity, as shown in the video. Now, while it is charged with that blue electricity, you're going to want to take it back to the teleporter room where we place the brain. And with this Gorgafex, you're going to want to use a charged shot holding R2 and shoot the teleporter frame, which will open it up and make it free. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was not paying attention to the zombies at all. That's a lot of zombies. Holy shit, dude. And I have 5,000 points. Alright. All I did was hold the R2 button for a second, and I got 5,000 points. Alright. At least I can buy PhD now. So once you finish doing that, your next step, once again, with the Gorgofex, come back this way, drop back down here into Mutant Research, and then while you are looking through this hole, you're going to want to shoot that fungal pod in that window. If you do it right, a thing should drop out of it onto the ground, and drop down and pick it up. Now, once you've grabbed that fungal head, you will no longer need the Gorgofex. The Gorgofex is no longer required for the Easter egg beyond this point, so you should be good to go with whatever other weapon you desire after this point. So now we have to return to the spawn room. Now, the fastest way I know how to get back to spawn is to go through the portal. Well, not the portal, but to drop down that fucking scaffolding. Not the scaffolding, the railing. Jump down the railing in this room here. I could have probably made it so much easier for myself if I had just, you know, dropped down from this room instead, but hey. That's how my brain works, I guess. Gonna drop through here. Sure not to fall to your death, because you can take fall damage if you don't have stamina. And now, with that fungal head you picked up, you're going to go back to the owl. You're going to go back to the mop bucket that we filled with water in the very beginning, and put the fungal head in. Now, while that fungal head's in there, you're going to pick it up. And while you're holding the fungal head, you are going to be a soul box. So you're going to have to kill about 30 or so zombies with this thing while you take it back to the teleporter room. If you do not fill it with the number of zombies it needs, by the time you take it back to the room, you will have to redo the step. So make sure you get the required number of zombies. You'll know you have the amount when you... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Why is there an Uber Klaus here? Oh, it's round 16, that's why. Oh, I'm gonna die. Or at the very least, I'll probably lose a fucking... Yep. I lost a dying wish. That's okay. I can always rebuy quick revive, that's fine. Now, ordinarily you would not do this step with an Uber Klaus hunting you, but I completely forgot that this was an Uber Klaus round, so that is my fault. So once you're back in this room, if you don't have the required number of zombies, you can just train them in this room, and you should be able to get the rest of the zombies that you need here. You'll know you have enough when the zombies that get close to you stop glowing. If they still glow when they get near you, then that means you haven't gotten the right amount of souls yet. So just keep killing zombies until you stop seeing the glowy. And then you can return it to the teleporter. Maybe a little bit tedious, but this is how it works. Now, while you're holding this fungal head, the more shit you charge it with, the more, like, hallucinating shit you're going to experience, obviously. You do have a restricted movement as well while you're moving with these, so it is kind of sucky in that regard. It should be alright. Now you can see the zombies are not glowing anymore when they get near me, which means we have gotten the required number we need. So once you have that, return to the teleporter room here. And while you're in here, you're gonna place the head in this frame by pressing square. It's gonna make the head disintegrate, and then that part of the Easter egg will be finished. Alright. Now, after that step is done, the next step is to play Pokemon. And I know that sounds weird, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Actually, I'm gonna do this Sam trial. Because I need the salvage. Oh, it's a Commando Klaus round. I didn't even fucking realize. God damn it. That's from above. Well, on my dial, right? I always get the worst timing with this shit, man. Let's just throw a Casimir. Now we can just stand up here and let that do the work for us. Oh, if I can even get purple, that would be nice. I did not intend to do this during a Commando Klaus round. Why are there so many zombies? Oh my god! This is insane! They keep spawning! Alright, they're dead. Fine. Fuck it. It's done. The amount of zombies they spawn during SAM trials on this map is ridiculous. And I got stamina up, which is alright. We actually need that, but... I mean... I would have preferred PhD before stamina, but that's fine. So... once you have that all done, we're going to play Pokemon now. So the next step is to return to the spawn room, which you can do by falling through these holes here. And luckily, I have stamina up now, so I won't take fall damage. Whee! Okay. Now while you're in the spawn room, come to this little red room next to the spawn area, and grab that device out of that purple box. Now, let me see if I can spin the herd a little bit. I am an idiot. Oh my god. Holy shit, I am an idiot. Luckily, I have a self-revive on that pool table, so... I really didn't think I would die there. I know I was cornered, but... I had a maelstrom, man. Anyway. We're not gonna die in a stupid fashion again, that's for sure. Did I not save a zombie? Are you kidding me? Alright, whatever. So with that tactical grenade that you got out of the purple box, what you're going to do is you're going to find that purple floating object and you're going to throw a ball at it to capture it. And you're going to go up, take the ball back, and you'll have one. You need to do this 4 times with random objects around the map. I believe they will all be in random locations, so it really won't matter one way or the other. Which way you go with it. But I will go to the areas that I know for a fact spawn those tactical devices and those purple floaty objects. We are getting an ass ton of salvage here because luckily we did not lose Vulture Aid when we went down. We need all that salvage. All that fucking salvage. Did I not save a zombie again? Are you kidding me? Why am I so unlucky, dude? Jesus Christ. Alright. You can take this red portal in the spawn room back to, like, the director's office really quickly, so you don't have to do all that running around. Yeah, what you're going to want to do, upgrade your weapons here. I'm going to grab that self-revive. And there should be another vacuum device in this room. I'm going to go grab that when I find it. I believe it is... in this other room. If you do get too close to these objects, they will stun you, so do keep that in mind. You can't really get too close to them, or they'll fly around and be a pain in the ass. There should be another purple box in here. I don't remember where it is, though. So I guess I'll go to the one I know. There's one right here. Alright, we got multiple objects in this room, so won't be too bad. There's also one in mutant research. I'm gonna go grab that one. Hopefully we can save a zombie this time, because that shit was ridiculous. And I can buy PhD while I'm here, finally. There's another device there, right next to the PhD machine. And then there should be a purple object in this room as well. That's 3 out of 4. So now we'll need one more. And there is a device down here. In the area next to Speed Cola. Which is this way. So there will be a device in one of these corners. Yeah. And there should be another purple floaty object in here too. Yep. So once you have 4 of these devices... Oh wait, there's lore. Where is it? Not that I give a shit, but... Yeah, there you go. Intel, I guess. We are advancing through the rounds here. I'm okay with this because I'm going to need to hurry up a little bit. My time is running out for the recording. And also the night, but should be fine because we are just about done. So once you have those 4 devices, you're going to want to return to the teleporter room where you'll be able to activate a lockdown event. By placing those orbs in here and then activating the device. Oh shit, a doppelgast. Okay. Now during this lockdown event, there are random switches on the wall that are going to be red. You're going to have to turn them green, like that. Once you turn all of the switches green, the lockdown will end. You'll just have to stay alive in the meantime because you will have to deal with a ton of zombies and commando Klauses. But it shouldn't be too bad as long as you stay, like, moving in a circle and everything. You will know when the switches turn red because they will make a sound. Like that. So once you turn all of them green, you will be done. Why are there crawlers? I didn't throw grenades. Oh, maybe the Commando Klaus made them into crawlers. That'd be funny. Alrighty, and that should be the end of it. If you're playing by yourself, there will only be 3 switches. If you're playing with a squad, there should be 4, 5, or sometimes 6 switches. But once you have that done, the final encounter... What the fuck? The final encounter will be ready when you go through that portal. Of course, we are not ready. Because we still need a few perks. And a few weapon upgrades. And the armor. So it shouldn't take us too long to grab all that stuff. Yeah, the final encounter will be through there. I'm not sure why it isn't giving me the prompt for it, though. Because that is the last objective. Oh, I remember. There's one thing I forgot to do. I apologize, guys. We grabbed a key card off of a geneticist zombie earlier. Now, when you go into that lab, if you rewind the video back to where I was in the lab and I grabbed that key card off of that zombie, I will show you where to take that key card. Because you actually will need that for another step. There will be a fridge in this room across from the periodic table. You'll open that fridge with the key card. Oh god. No, I cannot afford to die right now. I cannot afford to die right now. I cannot afford to die. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't. Aether Shroud, fuck you. There's a fucking Uber Klaus too. Jesus. Aether Shroud is pretty good at fucking these guys up. Or at least it used to be. I don't know what happened. I still can't believe I lost my fucking speed cola. That's crazy. Alright. It's really annoying not being able to reload fast. I need to buy that shit right away. Alright, so once you open that fridge, there will be a DNA vial inside. Go ahead and grab that. That's not for any specific step. That is just for one. That is just one of the many key items you will need going into the boss fight. That is probably why it wouldn't let me access it. Because I forgot to grab that part. You do need that part. Alright, where's the Super Cloud? You need to die. Right now. Are you kidding me? You fucking, oh my god. Oh my god. How did I run out of ammo, bro? No, don't grab the nuke. This is insane. Alright. That is a costly, very costly to fucking replenish my ammo. But it's fine. Yeah, if you did everything right up to this point, grabbing that DNA vial and everything, then you should be good to go into the boss fight right away. But of course, make sure you have Pack-a-Punch level 3 on your weapon. Make sure you have a tier 3 plate vest. And you should be good. I mean, that's really all there is to the Easter egg. As far as Easter egg steps and Easter egg guide is concerned, this is the end of the Easter egg. All that is left after this is the boss fight. Oh, by the way, you're going to want to put light ammo mod on your gun too, trust me. There are going to be a lot of doppelgas in the boss fight, and that will help tremendously with micromanaging all of them. I'm going to go ahead and buy speed cola, and then I'm going to drop down that hole in the floor wherever it is. There it is. I'm gonna Pack-a-Punch my gun to tier 3. Alright. All I need to start the boss fight now at this point, honestly, is just, it would be nice to have double tap. I do have a Perkaholic though, so I may not even need that. To be honest, I'm tempted to just pop that and call it a day, because I do have a few in my stockpile. But all you gotta do now is just farm up the points for that tier 3 plate vest, and then you're good to go into the boss fight. I don't think I'll have enough time left in my recording to actually get into the boss fight and fight it, but once again, as far as the Easter egg is concerned, it is done. There is nothing else to the Easter egg besides what I've already showed off, so good luck with the boss fight, whatever you need to do. Mr. Raffle Waffles and Mr. Dalek JD have made videos specifically for boss fight strategies. They have their Easter egg video, obviously, where they're showing off the steps and also the boss fight at the end, but They do have their own individual videos specifically for boss fight strategies, and you should look into those as well, because they are incredibly, incredibly useful for boss fight strategies. I don't believe I will have enough time to show it off, but that is fine. I will do my best. I believe I've done a good enough job showing off the Easter egg. And that is all I really intended to do. If there's anything else you guys need advice on, like with boss fight stuff, that might be best saved for a Mr. Dalek or Raffle Waffles video. Because their boss fight guides are a lot more well-detailed than anything I could muster together. If you followed all the steps alongside me, then you should be pretty much set for the boss fight whenever you're ready. I could show off the Easter egg, I just can't show off the boss fight. Easter eggs tend to be extremely long. In some cases, literal hours of prep time and everything just to get to a boss fight that you're not even guaranteed to win. It's honestly kind of screwed up that they even designed it that way, but to a degree, I guess I could understand why they want to make it challenging, they want to make it fun. It just seems a little bit counterintuitive, I don't know. What person is going to want to retry a mission after they just spent 2 hours doing all the setup only to die in like 2 seconds to the boss fight? Like, that is honestly, like, no, I'm not being bitter or anything, like, that is honestly bad game design. And I would say that about any game developer, not just Activision or Treyarch. I would say that about any game developer, even one as renowned as like From Software. I don't think boss fights are I don't think games with boss fights are well done if it takes hours to get back to that same boss fight. Just not very fair. Anyway, I've got the points for the 3-plate vest. I'm gonna grab that. If you've got the salvage by this point, you should also seriously consider investing in a death machine score streak, because those are very useful. Death machines, oh my god, that did not just fucking happen. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot there was a fucking gigantic chasm there, and if you fall through, it's just have fun navigating around until you find the hole in the floor. We got a terrible fucking map design, honestly. I understand what they were going for. They wanted to add verticality to the map and everything, but like, come on, dude. If your whole map is just elevators and stairs and more elevators, it's not a very good map. I'm just saying. Like, the Easter egg is fun. The new zombie type is fun. Just the map design, not very fun. It took me days to get used to this fucking map because of how it was laid out and how everything worked. It was insane. Anyway, yeah. Whenever you're ready for the boss fight, return to the teleporter room, and you should be able to access it via this portal here. Start the final encounter. Now, once again, I have no time to show this off, but this is the Sentinel artifact you will access, and it will allow you to choose which boss fight you wish to do. Now, for this part, you're going to want to choose to help Richtofen, not Sam, because helping Richtofen means you will fight Sam, and Sam is the easier fight. She's a giant orb, and her attacks are very easily telegraphed. All you really got to do is run around in a giant circle around the rooftop, dodging her electric bullshit, and shooting at her when she spins around or when she shoots her laser and opens up the vents on her heads. That's pretty much all there is to it. Anyway, thanks for watching my Easter egg guide. Hope it helped, and I'll see you later.